we got something exciting for all you PC builders out there that is looking to build a PC or trying to change out your case. Thanks to LIAN Li, we did manage to get one of their new wonderful cases in. In case of what you're wondering in the box, it is the LIAN Li 217 INF. You might be familiar with the LIAN Li 217 already as it is, but this one is going to be slightly different. So we're going to open this up, and when you do open up boxes, please be mindful just in case you want to have a nice box knife and slightly cut right across the edge. We got it open, guys. That's it. Let's open it up because I know you're hyped as much as I am when it comes to PC hardware. There you go. Oh man, look how professionally packed that is. I know this is coming from afar, but this is really the best way to ship out a PC. Have it inside of another box. So if you're ever moving anywhere, make sure you do exactly what LIAN Li does. And that just shows you how much they care about sending out their products here. Feels like I'm taking a big dump here. Talk about these are tight tolerances. Now okay, so this is the box that we're looking for. Thanks LIAN Li for your careful packaging, because that was pretty damn awesome. And once again, be really mindful on how you open these. That is top notch already, just by the box. I know I'm hyping it up as it is already, but I am stoked to see how this comes out. And take a look at this. We're gonna open that up. Let's pull out the PC case because it is the main event to the party, right? You guys want to see? It looks like a freaking speaker when we open this up. Just look at it. That's insane looking. If you got two people to help you take out a PC case, please use that help. You don't want this thing falling. Usually it's smarter to do this on the floor instead of a work table. Don't let this stuff fly around. It's really terrible for the environment, just to let you guys know. There goes my phone. All right, now we got it. Oh, let's take the foam covers off here. Just letting you guys know, all the fan bam that's coming in to watch this, or that was a bit harsh. All the fan bam that's coming in to watch this, just to let you guys know, this, I put it upside down. This will not be officially just yet on. This is going to show you everything inside the case, but we are doing a PC build with this. In fact, we're going to install a Gigabyte Aorus Master inside of this bad boy. In fact, let's get into the box and see what it actually offers here for anybody that is curious to see what they give you. So LIAN Li is really thoughtful when it comes to a lot of their packaging. As you see, they really care about getting that case safely to your house, so definitely somebody to consider. It's very rare to see that much care, especially when it comes to cases. You have no idea how many times I've ordered cases and it's come in damaged. Inside of here, it's going to be actually their manual, and it's going to be pretty much a nice little plastic case set. Your standard motherboard screws, your M.2 screws, everything that you can think of will be in here. LIAN Li is pretty detailed on what they give. They even can give the harness to swap over your front panel connector to make it much more easier instead of using individual pins. They do give you a nice set of screws here, and they give you this, I gotta figure out what that is. It looks like some sort of panel for something. Okay, and this is going to be the cover if you choose to hook up your GPU horizontally instead of having it vertically. What's under here? Anything specific? No. But man, I gotta say, that is carefully packaged. They didn't just throw it in there. It's a good thing that they don't have AI packaging things, otherwise it will look like complete slop, right? Alright, so we're gonna put that to the side there. I do apologize everybody at LIAN LI that's been waiting for me to present this, because I was waiting for the perfect time to present it. Why not present it right before something like Christmas? Especially for anybody out there thinking of swapping out a PC case or thinking of doing a fresh PC build. There it is, just like magic. Remember those speakers that we were talking about, the front of the case here? Let's take a look at the front. It is just magnificent. For a minute, I thought it was bent there. It's not. Like I said, held up really well through the shipping, on the shipping end. But there you go. If you notice that the fans are actually quite special. Instead of 140 millimeter fans, they are 170 millimeters each. You can fit up to a 360 millimeter AIO up on the top if you choose to, but we'll get into the specs inside. Now, what makes this 217 so different is that they actually have a infinity mirror. Now, if you're familiar with what the infinity mirror is, a dynamic look to where it actually looks like you're staring in through infinity, like a mirror action. Almost like what you see when someone's recording one stream on OBS, or something that you would see if you have a mirror next to each other, which I'm excited to show you guys once we go ahead and do the build. But most importantly, what are the features that are going to be useful for someone that is going to rebuild a PC or even build a brand new PC? Most importantly, if you're worried about the glass, it is all tempered glass when it usually comes to PC cases. So don't worry about it shattering. If it does, it comes in two tiny pebbles. And usually LIAN LI is pretty thoughtful when it comes to their glass. If you do end up breaking it, usually Micro Center ends up carrying it. But also be careful and please be mindful when you do open up PC cases. Do not do it on something like a granite countertop or a very tough surface like tile, because that is what tends to crack a lot of PC cases out there. So try to install it on something a bit softer, like wood or something. It does contain at least 140 millimeter fan, and it does have the wonderful cutout for your ATX motherboard, if that is what you end up choosing. The best part is you can see it's quite unique in its own sense, where you can actually even swap this out to having a vertical GPU of your choice if you wanted to. On the top, look at that, it just pops off right easy. And that gets you right in the inside. What really makes this interesting is that it's actually a hard plastic cover. So it's really easy to take off and easy to modify. In fact, you can even adjust different size fans up here onto the top if you choose to. In order to take off the side panel here, take off this glass, let me show you what it looks like first with the side panel on, just for you guys to get a decent idea of how it looks like here. Something like this, guys, a really beautiful design, that smoke glass, tempered glass, and it doesn't look like your typical fish tank PC case. I know a lot of you are tired of it, and it does give you plenty of airflow, gives you a bit more options when it comes to your PC. What I really like is on the bottom here, you do have your USB-C, and you do have USB 3.2 Gen 2 ports right here, and you also do have your 3.5 auxiliary jack right here. If you want to take this off, this is actually interchangeable, guys. So if you are looking for something that you could interchange, this would be the place to actually change it out, which we will show in a few. But first, let's take off this smoke glass here. If you're wondering about taking off the side panel glass right here, it's really easy. There's a little pocket right there. You just pull it, that easy. It can't get no better than that. And again, please be mindful on where you put glass. Do not just throw it anywhere. And luckily, with this table, we do have plenty of room to place it. Now it just got much more lighter. And if you take a look inside, it just shows you how much thought process really came to this design. It's just beautiful. I know you're wondering about just how good are the fans that come with the LIAN LI case here. So when it comes to your front 170 millimeter fans, it can go up to an amazing 1500 RPMs. It only gets as loud as 34.3 decibels. Again, that's The maximum I usually recommend when it comes to something like a case fan if you're looking for a bit of silence. And when it comes to the CFM, 142.56 and static pressure, 3.34 millimeters of H2O. That just gives you just how much insight that they really pushed. Now, you're wondering about the whole back fan, that 140 millimeter fan. Now, these are not just cheap fans that they threw in there, not your typical case fans. That 140 millimeter fan in the back also performs at 1900 RPMs. It also has up to 81.3 CFM, and when it comes to static pressure, at 2.4 millimeters of H2O. Down here, you can actually fit up to 3 120 millimeter fans if you wanted to. I don't know anybody that wants to hook up an AIO on the bottom, but you could if you really wanted to, and 360 up on the top as well. Now the backside, you can fit up to 140 millimeters at the maximum. Here are some really exciting features that I really want to share with you guys. Is the fact that it actually has a mount for your GPU. That you don't really see too often when it comes to PC cases. The best part is it does have the routing back here. You might ask, for what? Same thing with all these holes. This is probably not usual in a case that you typically see. In fact, this is even BTF compatible, or Gigabyte Stealth, or MSI Project Zero compatible if you choose to use that type of motherboard. This gives you so much room. You can even go M-ATX, or even server grade workstation boards could fit inside of this case. Now the best part is you can actually swap this out right here. Let's open this up and you can slide that open. And it gets even better when you take a look, because you take a look down here, it gives you room for 2.5 SATA drives if you choose to install them. You could use this even as a NAS system if you wanted to, a really dope, amazing NAS system. And it even gives you a space for your power supply. And the power supply gets a bit interesting because you can either mount it here, or you can choose to mount it in a different preferred area, which I will show you in a bit. Let's take a look at the back side of this case right here. Again, excited to share with you guys. Very easy to pop off. Again, it gives you that nice little pop off groove where you just pull it off. That simple. And you just shake it off there. That way we have all the bare bones exposed. I'm gonna flip it over to the back, guys, so that way you can see it. Now you take a look at how this is. Look at how you can have your cable routing. They have multiple channels that you can really set this through. You have not just one, but you have 2, and you even have 3 channels that you can hook this up to. This mod right here, this is actually brand new, which I can't wait to introduce to you guys. And this might be very interesting for anybody out there who is interested in adjusting ARGBs. This will allow users to control both fan speeds, ARGBs, and in front of the infinity panel mirror, removing the need for direct connection to your motherboard. Paired with the L wireless controller, the system can synchronize effects and access across compatible devices, offering a clutter-free setup for your PC build. I gotta share this with you guys because I really like the idea of this. I don't know why LIAN Li has really been innovative on this side of it, I have to say. And that's the way the PSU placement is. In fact, remember how I mentioned you can change the PSU placement and it's true. You could either put it on the side of the case if you want to make it a bit easier for a lot of users out there who has it sitting up on a desk if that's what you prefer. But instead of having it right there, you could actually route it directly to the back as you traditionally do if that is what you prefer back here. So you could either have it on the back or you could actually have it on the side of your panel. A very flexible option for any PC builders out there, especially if you do have limited reach when it comes to your power supply. You can actually swap out this IO module if you choose to. If you don't want it on the bottom, you can actually place it up onto the top, especially if you have your PC sit on the floor instead of having it sit on the tabletop. But if you do have it on the tabletop, I definitely do recommend just to leave it here on the side. It'll make your life way easier. And LIAN Li does give you the bracket, in fact, to sit your GPU vertically if you choose to. The only thing is it does not come with the riser cable. The riser cable you would have to purchase on your own, unfortunately. How LIAN Li's 217 INF will feature in the new build and what it looks like in the inside. I would love for you guys to take a guess on how expensive this case is. Maybe you're already doing research, but if you did, just shut up and don't tell anybody, because the reason why I say that is because how much do you really think this case is? Because we've all seen how expensive PC cases really can be. But this is such a high premium case that LIAN Li does offer, and how they care about how it ships out to their customers is one of my favorite things about LIAN Li. Just like that, we can snap that back into place. I'm just oozing with excitement, guys, because you're talking about, it's just crazy. I just love this design. If you were to take a guess, guys, just guess, really, how much a case like this would typically be. And you're talking about being PC builder friendly. If this is your first time building a PC, and you go with LIAN Li, you're probably not gonna go anywhere else. And finally, put this last side panel in here. Man, quite beautiful, guys, right? You see this at a Micro Center, and you're probably wondering, gee, how much is this? This is a LIAN Li case. It's gotta be quite pricey, but in fact, that's where most people get it twisted. Even though it's a LIAN Li case, you wouldn't believe what I tell you. It's $130 for this PC case. Check it out down in the description box down below, or check it out at a local Micro Center if they already have it. If they don't, again, check the description box down below for it. And also look for the PC build upcoming with the LIAN Li 217 INF. Excited to show you what this looks like when the lights come on. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Chris Mizo, signing out.